So it's about 4:30 in the morning and we're just headed up to the barn here, and it's significantly colder than the last time we made one of these cold videos. It's got to be at least 20 below. We left a quarter of the cows in last night, so just to make sure that the barn didn't freeze up. And it looks okay. I just wanted to show you it's 27 below right now. That's cold. Just before the sun comes up, it's about the coldest part of the morning. So we were able to get one tractor started. We left it plugged in all night and in the shed. And it doesn't want to go, but she started, so hopefully everything else is going to work, PTO and hydraulics. Definitely smoking up the place. It's about 10 o'clock and we let the cows out and the sun's out, and it's about minus 11, I think. So everything's looking pretty good. If we can get the skid steer going, then we'll be another step in the right direction. The sun feels good at least. There was still some feed left over. I filled the bunk up as full as it would go last night, so in case I couldn't get the tractor going, we'd be able to get going here. So looks like the water is working. Got cows drinking. That's good. We'll get some water for the heifers and make sure they have feed. Make sure they have bedding in the old barn. At least it looks pretty. This is the faucet we use. We got a pipe that goes down to a stock tank with a heater in it. But this is froze this morning, so we pour a little bit of hot water on it to make it so it unthaws, and then we can turn it on, no problem. So that we get some water down here. Just make sure, see what we got going on. There we go. There's still a little bit of water left in there. The heifers are all chilling out now out in the sun. They don't mind it. They got that old barn to go into at night when it was cold. It's all bedded down with sawdust. But we'll get this water filled up for them and move on to the next project. We're just coming out here to check on the calves, and they have coats on them to keep them warm, but we're gonna give them some more hay. They look like they could use a little bit more hay. So they all look nice and comfortable and cozy in their houses. We've all had milk already this morning. Morning, Rainbow. So we got some grassy hay we give them. They start eating about a week old or so, and they'll be doing well. Looks like they're doing good this morning. We got 5 babies. The skid steer here. We got inside. We've had it plugged in for probably 4 hours or so. We're gonna go ahead and get her unplugged here and see if we can get the old girl to start for us. She's not gonna want to, but it has glow plugs. Sun's out at least, so that makes things a little bit nicer. That started pretty easy. We're gonna let it warm up a little bit here and get the hydraulic oil going. But that's good news. Now if we can just get the tractor started on the manure spreader, we'll be well on our way for the day. scale's working. Looks like there's 210 pounds of frozen silage in the TMR yet. It looked like it was empty, but I'm sure there's frozen silage in there. Okay, so we got the tractor on the manure spreader. It's been plugged in for the last day. We're gonna unplug it before we start it. Try to start it. We're gonna hope for the best here. It's got a grid heater, so we're gonna try to hit that and see if it'll work. Give her a little throttle. And then we got this grid heater here. Until that light shuts off. Hopefully she'll start. Good news, that's our third tractor for the day started, so I would call it a successful day. Now we just gotta get the spreader, make sure it's loose, and get the barn cleaner, make sure it's loose and ready to go. All right, we went to use this, open the tailgate up on this spreader, and we had it halfway open so that we could open and close it without any trouble. We closed it and it wouldn't open. We came back here and we see that it broke the cylinder mount off here on the bottom. It had been welded once before, but looks like we gotta get the new part for it. So in order to get manure hauled today, we pulled this spreader out of the snowbank. Got her working, and she filled in a pinch for today. Hopefully we can get the other one fixed here in not too long. But this one works. It's just quite a bit smaller. It's only 430 bushel. The other one's almost 600. It's a lot easier to pull it though. So we got the farm truck plugged in here, and it wouldn't start. So we took the batteries in to the house or inside and got them warmed up and put a charger on them for a little bit. So now we're gonna put this 5/16 wrench on there and tighten the battery terminals back up, and hopefully we can get her to fire. Plus it's warmed up a little bit outside. Now it's maybe 10 below or so. So we're about halfway through this cold snap, and it's time to grind corn. And we left the tractor plugged in for the last day, but it's still not starting. It's got this terrible design of a 24-volt system. So we're charging the batteries up on it, and hopefully we can get her started. Otherwise we're gonna have to pull it out of the way and hook a different tractor on the grinder today. We are out of corn, so we need to get some ground up here. But this is Thursday, and I don't know, the first below zero day was on Sunday, and that was 27 below, and I think Monday was 18 below that night. Tuesday was, I think it got more like down to 11 below, and then last night was 17 below. So it's been like a fight, I guess. So there's lots of challenges trying to get things going, but everything's been working pretty well so far. The cattle are all healthy and happy, but you can see everything's just completely froze. Thank goodness it's been getting halfway warm, up to 0 or so during the day. But the cows have been really healthy and no trouble there, and same with the calves. So the main thing is keeping the cattle safe and comfortable. They've been going to the new freestall barn, and then we leave probably 15 in the barn at night so it doesn't freeze. But anyway, during the day it's been warming up enough to be nice. The cows come out and eat well, and they're still milking well, so that's good. So this is our back barn door, and the manure is froze up from letting cows in and out so much that we can't close the door anymore. So we've got a maul here. I'm going to go through and break it all free, break out all the frozen manure so we can get the door closed so the barn doesn't freeze up. You can see all the frost is built up here. So I just wanted to take you it's getting up to like 2 below today. This is Friday. And everything is just froze over. All the windows are in the barn. We've kept cows in enough to keep it from freezing the water. But it's just, it's been a very challenging week. And they keep adding more cold days to the forecast. So today's Friday. We got down to 11 below last night. And they're saying like 16 below for Saturday. And that's going to be with wind, so that's going to be a real challenge. So I think we're going to keep all the cows in on Saturday night in the barn. So at least I guess the sun's out, so that's a positive thing. It looks like today is Friday, and it looks like the next day that it's not going to get below zero is on Thursday night. So we did get some snow last night, which is crazy that it was 10 or 11 below and it snowed, which kind of goes against all the wisdom I've been told, but guess I'm not very wise. Anyway, the sun's out and I guess things will get better eventually.